welcome to yoga. Today we are going to be building a little bit of heat in the legs. We're going to be working there and we are going to be stretching because stretching is good. So I think let's start in child's pose, okay? Take a wide-legged child's pose though. So thinking here about the knees being as wide as is comfortable, sit back into the heels, take the forehead down to the mat. If you want to use cushions or bolsters to just kind of help you just feel into it, then do. We're going to be here for a few minutes, okay? So just allowing yourself to kind of begin to settle into class, thinking about the breath being nice and smooth and even. We're just going to take a moment to breathe deeply. Probably something that you haven't spent much time doing today. So taking the hands out in front of you, if that is comfortable for the shoulders, forehead down. Just want you to breathe into the tummy. And we're going to start with our even breathing, okay? So we're going to take a breath in for 4, out for 4, in 5, out for 5, in for 6, out for 6, and then come back down. If my breath pattern doesn't work for yours, do your own. So here we go. Let's start with an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Appreciating those long, slow, even breaths. The pause between the inhale and the exhale. And then if you would like to set an intention for today's yoga, then please do. If you want to just sit with that feeling of breath in, breath out, then do that too. Really feeling that connection between the mat and yourself, the heaviness of the body, the heaviness of the hips pushing down into the heels, pushing down into the mat, the shoulders being open, the hands being forward, that stretch around the armpits. And that really nice stretch across the back as you breathe in, and that relaxation as you breathe out. Let's take the hands over to the right hand side. Just finding that stretch through that left side body. Again, nice breaths in, nice breaths out, thinking about that long, smooth, even breathing that we started with the class. Maybe that left hand places on top of the right hand, that left shoulder drops just a little bit. See if you can push down into the hands to anchor back onto that left sit bone, onto the heel. Neck is relaxed. Belly still lifting and falling between the legs. Let's walk the hands back through center. Take a moment here, spider up the fingertips. Push down into the fingertips so the palms are lifted and then push back into the heels. Nice deep stretch through the shoulder space. And then walk those hands over to the left-hand side, sinking down into that right sit bone, into the heel, heaviness through the mat. And then maybe right hand places on top of the left, the right shoulder just drops a little bit. Deep, deep side stretch, really nice through that right shoulder. Allowing the breaths just to be nice and smooth and even. Remembering the breath that you started with at the beginning of class. And then moving the hands back through center. From here, coming back or coming into a tabletop, just taking the knees closer together. I'm going to take the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Just starting off with some cat-cows. Now, your option to do your cat-cows however you would like to do them. We're going for the more traditional version. We can take the gaze up towards the ceiling, drop the tummy, and then take the movement from the pelvis as you begin to round through the spine, taking the gaze down towards the knees. Maybe a little bit of forward and backwards motion there. Finding what feels good for you. Exploring what your body is asking for today. So maybe coming into a nilt. Nilt? Nilt? No, it's not a word either. Kneeling plank. Goodness me, sorry. Kneeling plank. Maybe pushing back into a child's pose. Absolutely working with what your body is asking for today. Doesn't have to be anything like mine. And then there's always the option to take your spine and body round in a circular motion, dropping through the elbows and really moving round, just getting that lovely circular motion. And then remembering just to take it back in the other direction. Finding this really freeing movement. And remember, yours might look very different to mine, and that is absolutely perfect. Okay, pausing back at the top when you're ready. All right. From here, we're going to extend that right leg away. We're going to push down through the toes, push back with the heel. I want you to engage the core so that we know that we have some structural stability for the rest of our class, okay? So keeping those hips level, keeping the belly drawn up. And then we're going to engage that glute, just lift through that right leg, push through the heel, left arm is going to extend. Light work here, we're going to take the left arm back down, knee comes back down, and then we're just going to slide it away. So I want you to think of it like a pendulum. The arm is extending, the leg is extending. We're going to find that that is going to work into our core. Just moving through that motion. With every lift, seeing if you can extend just a little bit further, reaching forward, pushing back. Really focusing in on that core engagement, keeping the hips level. And then coming back, knee comes in, hand comes in. Take a narrow-legged child's pose, bring the bottom back to the heels, take the hands behind you. Allow the palms to come up, the shoulders to just round down over the top of the knees. Those breaths, push hard against the knees. And the exhales become heavier on the mat and shoulders begin to come closer down. Relax through the neck. Maybe a little bit of a sigh from side to from side to side. And then slowly round yourself all the way back up. Going to come back into our table. This time we're going to push through that left heel. So finding that stretch down the back of that left leg. Again, another opportunity here, it's always an opportunity, to find that core engagement, to draw the belly under. Okay, so we're going to go again on this side. This time, squeeze the glute to lift through that left leg, pushing through that left heel. Extend the right arm away. And now all we're going to do is just simply bring the arm and the leg back in and extend. Thinking about that really nice fluid motion, okay? So we're not stopping and pausing, we're using our body as this lovely long pendulum. Really draw that core under to protect through the spine. It gets a little bit harder, but it's okay because we're strong. And then coming into our last one, Hand comes down, knee comes down. Come into a child's pose, take those knees together, forehead down, arms behind. Breathe deeply into the lungs, feel the back stretch, the skin stretching over the spine with every inhale. And then with every exhale, coming just a little bit closer towards the mat as you move into the space where the air once was. And then slowly and carefully coming back out, coming back into your table. From here, we're going to extend that left leg away from us, core tucked in, you know. Let's take that left leg wide. Option to take the toes down and swipe round, or we can keep that left leg lifted, okay? So up to you. Taking the leg behind, you're going to feel this in your obliques. You're also going to be working hard into the outer thigh. Remember, if it gets too much, just take the toe down and swipe that toe along the mat, okay? No problem to move between the two. When you're ready, we're going to take that left leg down. It's going to trail behind that right foot. We're going to take the right foot out as a kickstand, find gate pose. Let's lift that left arm, reaching that left arm up towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, allow that left arm to swipe all the way past that left ear. Maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling if it feels good. Push down through the outer edge of that left foot. Really feel that openness on that left side. We want that openness from the fingertips down to the pinky edge side of that left foot. With every inhale, feel the ribs opening down that left side. Okay, from here, bringing that left arm back up. We're going to lift through that left leg. If you want to build a little bit of strength through the side, if you're happy with the stretch, keep the leg down. So we're keeping that left leg lifted if you're happy to. Draw that elbow in towards the knee. Hold it. Extend away. We're going to go for 5. Bring it in. For 2. Send it away. For 3. Send it away. For 4. Send it away. And for 5. Send it away. Left foot comes down. Right hand swipes past the ear. Take a moment to enjoy the openness of that front body as you begin to open the chest slightly towards the ceiling and roll that left shoulder back. And then that left hand is going to come down, left knee comes down. We're going to come back into our child's pose. Chest to thighs, forehead down, arms behind. Take a moment here. Maybe a little bit of a sway from side to side. Okay, starting to unwind once more, coming back into your table. From here, making sure that the shoulders are over the wrists, the hips are over the knees. This time we're going to take that right leg away. Remember, option to keep the toe to the mat or to lift, entirely up to you. Move between the two. I'm going to take the right leg away and then bring it all the way behind, okay? So we're going to start to feel this through the obliques. The wider you take that leg, the stronger this is going to feel. We're feeling this into the outer glute, the outer thighs. Option to keep that toe touching the mat to take away the weight of the leg. Okay, when you're ready, coming back to our center, right knee comes down. No, that's a lie. Right foot comes behind the left. Take that left foot out as a kickstand. Nearly did the same side twice. You caught me. Push down through the left hand, lift through the right hand. Find your gate pose. Reaching up, find that length from your right fingertips down towards the mat. And then swipe that right hand all the way past the right ear. Maybe taking the gaze towards the ceiling, maybe not. Pushing down through the pinky edge side of that right foot, finding that length from fingertips down to toes. Breathe fully. Enjoy the openness through the ribs. And then option to stay here, or we take that right hand up, we lift through the right leg, and then we crunch it in for 1, send it away. For 2, send it away. 3 more to go. Bring it in for number 3, send it away. For 4, send it away. And for 5, send it away. Right foot comes down. Find that openness in gate pose, maybe turning the chest up towards the ceiling. Just finding that openness through the front body. Breathe fully. Right hand's going to come down, right knee's going to come down. Bring the knees together, find a child's pose, take the forehead down. Shoulders melt over the top of the knees. Reconnect with your breath. Maybe a gentle sway from side to side. And then slowly and carefully unravel yourself. All right. From here, take the hands down. We're going to find our table one more time. Tuck the tummy, tuck the toes, hover the knees. Okay, so you can stay in your all fours. You can hover the knees in a slightly more core focused hold. We're going to extend the right leg away. Push through the heel. Draw that knee back in. Extend that left side. Push through the heel. Draw that knee back in. Let's go again on the other side. Push through the heel of that right side. Draw the knee back in. Left leg extends. Keeping the knee hovered if you feel good. If you don't, lower that knee. Lots of options. And then that left knee comes in. Let's send the chest to the thighs. Push down through the hands and sit back onto the heels. Find that stretch from the underside of the feet. And just hold out here for a moment. Finding that stretch. Deep stretch through the underside of the feet into the Achilles and the calves. And then float the bottom up towards the ceiling. Take your opportunity here just to pedal through the heels. Really wiggle through the bottom. Release the lower back. Taking that lovely length down the back of the legs. Keep the neck relaxed. Maybe a shake of the head, yes, no. And then pause in a down dog, a resting pose. Draw those elbows towards one another, wrap those triceps around, find openness through the shoulders. Sit bones towards the ceiling. If you need to take a little dip, bend into the knees, then do. Right leg is going to lift. Keep the hips level. We're going to drop the big toe towards the mat and then lift back up. Building strength into that glutes, or into the glutes. Here we go. We're going to go for 10. Big toe comes down and lift for 1. And lower, lift for 2. And lower, lift for 3. And lower for 4. And lower for 5. And lower for 6. And lower 7. And lower 8. And lower 9. And lower 10. And lower. From here, just pedal out those heels one more time. We're going to take that right knee to the outside of that right elbow, nice and high. Take it across to the left side with control, and then back to the right side. Find your 3-legged dog and open the hips to the right side as you stack hips on top of one another. bend through the back knee, draw the foot towards the bottom. Find your quad stretch, find your groin stretch. And then take that right foot through the hands. Hands connect to the mat, start to move through that hip space. Okay, from here, option to drop through the back knee. If you want to start to build a little bit of strength through that lower body, left hand is going to come down, open towards the right side, lift through that right hand. Maybe right hand wraps behind you to touch the top of that left thigh, opening through that right shoulder. And then coming all the way back through center. From here, drop that back knee down, untuck the toes. Let's come up into a low lunge. Okay, from here, we're going to come into a side stretch. So that right hand, if you've got a block available, is going to go onto a block. Taking the left arm high, we're going to come all the way over towards that right side. Thinking here about stretching into that front hip flexor, into the front of that thigh, getting a deep stretch into the outside of that left thigh. If you've got a little bit more space, option here to bring that left foot in as well, taking hold of that left foot to get that really deep stretch through the hip flexor. Again, doesn't matter where you're taking that gaze, whatever is feeling good for you. Okay, releasing the foot if that's where you are, taking the bottom back over that left knee, taking the toes up towards the ceiling on that right leg, using the block for some stability. Keep those hips level. We want to inhale, lift, lengthen, move that belly out of the way, find length through the spine. As we exhale, begin to fold down over the top of that right leg. Thinking about chin coming towards big toe, all the while lifting, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, taking a fold over the top of that right leg. Draw that right hip in. If it starts to twist round, you're going to lose that stretch. Much better to be up here and go, yeah, I'm feeling it, than being all wonky. Okay? So taking those lovely deep breaths. Moving into the space where the air once was. And then folding into that front knee, coming back, taking the right foot flat. From here, we're going to take the left hand down, heel toe that right foot out to the outside edge of the mat. Right hand is going to come to the inside of that right knee, gently opening into the hip space. Draw the chest around towards that right side. Maybe the sole of that right foot begins to lift. Maybe it doesn't matter. Starting to feel that opening through the hip flexor on the left side and through the hip on the right. I want you to think about lengthening through the front body. So rather than folding down, I want you to imagine that the chest and the belly button are heading towards that front wall. That right foot is going to come flat. Heel toe that foot in. Take the hands down, untuck the toe, or the back toes, lift through the back knee. We're going to take that right foot back to join the left and then start to pedal out through the heels again in your down dog. Okay, so from here, that right foot is down. We're going to lift through the left leg. We're going to keep those hips level to start with. That big toe is coming down to the mat.
You're going to then squeeze the glutes to lift that left leg back up. We're going to go for 10. We've done 1. Here we go. For 2 and lift. For 3 and lift. For 4 and lift. For 5 and lift. For 6 and lift. For 7 and lift. For 8 and lift. 9 and lift. And 10 and lift. Left leg comes down, find a down dog, pause. Use it as your resting pose. That left knee is going to come towards that left elbow nice and high, across to the right side, back to the left, lift to your three-legged dog. Turn the hips to the left, drop through that back knee, left foot towards the bottom, squeeze the glutes, hips come forward, groin stretch, quad stretch. And then that left foot is going to come through the hands. Okay, option to drop through the back knee. Start to roll over the feet, just finding movement through that hip space. And then right hand's going to stay down. Let's open that left hand towards the ceiling. Strong back leg, lift through that kneecap up towards the ceiling. Push down through the back of that right heel. Left hand can come behind you, touching the top of that right thigh, bringing that left shoulder round just a little bit more. Strong back leg. Okay, left hand comes down, drop through the back knee, untuck the toes, come up from here, taking that block, to the left-hand side. We're going to lift that right hand high and then folding over. I don't think I do want to go that way. Yeah, I do. Folding over towards that left-hand side. Deep stretch into that hip flexor, finding that stretch all the way down that side body. And then if you have a little bit more space to give, option always here, just to bend that back foot in, take hold of it, check in with what's happening with that right shoulder, rolling that shoulder back, find openings through the chest, really finding that deep stretch through the hip flexor on that right side and deep into the quads. Keeping that bend over that front knee, front ankle. Body parts are hard. Going to hang out here for another breath or two, just holding it, releasing into it, and then dropping that back foot nice and slowly with control, taking the body weight back over the top of that right hip or right knee, and then those left toes come up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips level with one another. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Move the belly out of the way. Begin to fold as you hinge from the hips, imagining chin coming towards the big toe. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come down just a little bit lower. Left hip drawing in line with the right. And then coming back up, we're going to take that left foot flat, bend into that front knee. And then from here, you've got options, okay? So we want to take that right hand down, heel toe the foot out towards the side, keeping the foot flat if that's comfortable. Alternatively, using that left hand to just gently open through that left hip as you begin to peel the sole of the foot off of the mat, drawing the chest round. I want you to think about really lengthening through the front of the body so that we're not crunching into the back, but we're finding length, moving the chest, moving the belly button forward. hanging out here. And then slowly taking the sole of that foot flat, just moving the foot back to where it should be, okay? So we've heel-toed it in. Take the left hand down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Use the opportunity just to move over the ball of the feet to the back foot, just finding into that movement, deeply into that hip space. And then from here, we're going to take the hands down to the mat. Come and bring that left foot back. Find a down dog. Pedal out those heels. And then from here, roll yourself forward into plank. Nice and strong. We're going to take that right foot. Just lift that right heel up. Core has to work here. Lower down. Left leg is going to lift ever so slightly. And lower. Right, just ever so slightly, and lower. Left leg, option to be on the knees if you need to. Inhale the body weight forward, bend at the elbows, lower down. Okay, from here, just take the hands, make a little pillow, windscreen wiper those legs from side to side. Neck is relaxed. Okay, and now just for a little bit of fun, we're going to take the hands out, allow the palms to face one another, arms are long. We're going to take an inhale, but as we do, we're going to lift the right arm, the left leg, and then the left arm and the right leg. So imagine yourself doing some kind of peculiar swimming. We want to think about just inhaling, squeezing the glutes, lifting through the chest. We want to make sure we're protecting that lower back so that we can just ever so slightly, let me get the coordination right, ever so slightly be moving through one side and then the other for opposite sides. Just paddle through the hands, paddle through the feet. And we're going to go for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Make a pillow with the hands, rest the forehead, windscreen wiper those legs from side to side. Okay, and then from here, we're going to take the hands down underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. We're going to engage the core, elbows to the back of the room as we come up through plank in 3, 2, and 1. Option to stay on the knees. Finding your plank. I'm going to pause here just for a minute. For 5, 4, see, not a minute, 3, 2, and 1. Take the knees down, cross over the ankles, come back onto the bottom and extend the legs. Okay, from here, just bringing the strap towards the feet. I want you to think about sitting up as tall as you can. From here, we're going to take that deep inhale. Fill the lungs, lift high through the spine. As you exhale, elbows come in towards the body. Just take a forward fold to a point that is comfortable for you, but you maintain that nice long spine, okay? So if you need to be up on a block here to get that movement through the hips, then do that. Take another inhale, lift, lengthen, find that openness across the chest. As you exhale, again, bring that strap in, elbows close towards the body. And then last one here, just removing that strap. This is your opportunity to fold down. So finding that round spine that might feel good for you. Taking a moment just to fold, releasing any tension in the neck. allowing gravity to do its thing as you become heavy over those legs. And then slowly and carefully coming all the way back up. Okay, we're going to make our way down towards our final Savasana now. Up to you if you want to come down via boat. If you do, you can follow me. If you don't, just make your way down there, pop a jumper on and get ready. Okay, so if you do, you're going to be raising those shins up off of the mat, taking the hands alongside those shins if you're happy to do so. You can always have the hands down if you would like. And then we're just going to start to rock the boat as we extend the feet away. Engage through the core, bring yourself back together. We'll go for 2 more of these. Extend away, back together. Last one here. Extend away, back together. Take the feet down. If you want to come down by a dish, then do. If not, then just roll onto the back. I would like you to take a moment to just listen to what your body needs. So maybe it's knees in towards the chest and you just want to do some small circles on the lower back. Maybe you're rocking and rolling on the spine or windscreen washering the legs. But really, really, it is important that you listen to what your body is requiring from you. Okay, when you're ready, find your final Savasana. Popping on a jumper if you need to, whatever it might be, just resting, stretching, taking a moment. Okay. So today we're going to be thinking about gratitude. I'm grateful to you all. So let's share some of the gratitude. Find yourself in that comfortable position. All distractions are gone. It's just you and your mat. That's it. Close your eyes. Settle into the breath. That familiar, smooth, rhythmic breath. Turn the gaze towards yourself. How you're feeling. Knowing that it is simply you that remains here right now. Feel grounded through all the contact points between you and the mat. The heels of the feet, the backs of the legs, the fingertips, the backs of the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the head. Just begin to feel heaviness as that relaxation creeps in. Let's explore gratitude, paying attention to the breath mindfully as it comes in and then leaves. Breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth in a releasing breath out of the body. See if you can match your inhales to your exhales. Doesn't matter what that count is, but can they be the same? As you breathe in, I want you to think about how lucky you are. What are you grateful for today in this moment? Can you name some of the things that you are grateful for? Maybe one thing, maybe 2, maybe 3. As you breathe in and breathe out. As you inhale, allow yourself to clearly visualize what you are grateful for. And as you exhale, release that gratitude into the space that you hold. Breathe in and breathe out. All you need to do right now is breathe. Fill yourself with gratitude for the life you lead, the happiness that you have experienced, and the memories that you cherish. Being mindful of what we are grateful for gives us a much more positive outlook in life. We're able to cope with more. We are stronger. We can support more. And I am grateful to you. I invite you to revisit your intention from the beginning of class today, or simply just sit there with the breath for another round. And then when you're ready, starting to bring your awareness back to the present moment, a wiggle of the toes, of the fingertips, a stretch through one side of the body, then the other. Just awakening the body. And then when you are ready, slowly and carefully make your way back up to a seated position. And I will be there.